Hey, so this video I'm going to talk about recruiters, and I am not a recruiter. So if there is a recruiter or somebody who know information about recruiters and how it works behind the scene, leave a comment. So like and subscribe and ask questions, and so I have some type of content to know what to talk about next. I should probably call this video "Show No Loyalty," to be honest. When it comes to recruiters, and I don't know everything, but I get a sense that maybe the less money they pay you, the more money they save. They get a percentage of what you make, and that I know to be true, at least some companies that I've been with. So when I say show no loyalty to a recruiter, they may have up to 30 nurses, and some recruiters who's been there longer may have more. You cannot and you should not wait for a recruiter to call you with an assignment. You need more than one recruiter. Like, I have a friend, he's been out of work for a month, and he was like, I'm waiting on my recruiter to call back. It's been 2 weeks. And I looked at him like, what? You waiting on your recruiter to call back and it's been 2 weeks? You better move on to the next one. In fact, that same day you talk to that recruiter, you should have been reaching out to other ones because jobs go so quick because there's so many travelers now, and you definitely need more than one recruiter and kind of see who gives you the best offer, who gives you the best deal. Because some places I've been to where one company paid me one thing, and then this girl, she made like $15 more than me. So don't just always have more than one recruiter. I don't have a number of how many recruiters you should have. I personally think more, three or more. Me personally, that's what I think. But I have, and it's overwhelming. I have more than three, but it's definitely overwhelming when you first start because they want you to take a test. They want all this information you got to upload and everything else. And so what I did, because I had like so many applications to so many different companies, I had written down, the same phone number for each place for work history. I done called and spoke with this person. Hey, I'm using it as a reference for this company. And I had that one person for this company. I had another person for that company. So they all was on the same page. I wrote it down so nobody get anything mixed up. So that's the main thing. And don't expect recruiters, because I have a friend like, oh, she didn't call me and tell me Merry Christmas and all this other mess. Honey, you're a drop in the bucket, if I can say. At least that's what I think. I could be wrong. I'm not a recruiter. And maybe that sounds kind of harsh. But when you have 30 different people, 30 different nurses you're trying to maintain, they probably don't have time to reach out to every single person, you know? And not all companies are created equal. That's another thing I should say. Some places, my old facility, they would only accept travel assignments from certain companies. So different companies have different reach. So you definitely need to have more than one company so you can reach out and have more options. And if you have a travel buddy, which I don't, but I tried, I definitely tried. Maybe it's easier to have one recruiter. You don't have to stay loyal in the company to that one recruiter. Like, I done put in my application, I done did a resume and took this test. I am not about to go apply for a whole new different company. No, I'm just going to get rid of this recruiter and replace you with someone else. I have a recruiter. He's been around for a while. When it came time to renew for my contract, that's the only time I heard from him. Any other time, I did not hear from him at all. Like when I said halfway through, I want to renew or whatever, nothing. I've sent smoke signals. I sent a bird with the message. I've called, I've texted, I've emailed, nothing. The only time I heard from him is when I reached out to another recruiter in that company because I wanted to get rid of him. Then I would hear from him. This happened twice. So I'm just waiting to get reimbursed for my scrub money, which I guess is supposed to be Friday coming up. And I'm going to be calling that company because I need to switch recruiters. I don't expect you to call me happy birthday, Merry Christmas, none of that other mess. But when it comes to my money, you need to be on your job because that's when I have a problem. You mess with my coins. If you can't do the job, then I want to get someone else who can. And it's not even so much that I'm a needy person. It was just, hey, I want to renew my contract. I can't get hold of my recruiter. Or, hey, we should have found something for me weeks ago. That's another thing that people may fear is that they'll be out of a job. So halfway through, this is just kind of like a rule of thumb, halfway through your contract, it's either you want to renew or you look for something else. So that's when your recruiter should be reaching out to you, trying to find something else for you, get a start date or whatever. You may want to take some time off between contracts. I personally do. And I was taking a week off, which is not long enough because it's like by the time I get home and unpack and get settled and have to look for something else, it's just basically got to pack up and go back again. Because I'm the type that likes to get somewhere at least 2 days early so I can unpack and kind of look around and get a feel for the city and buy groceries. But yeah, so that's just a huge tip. I don't expect much from recruiters, but I do expect you to keep a job for me. And for anybody out there who's trying to be loyal to a recruiter, best of luck to you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like some recruiters. You may like one better than the other, but there are some hospitals that may not take this company of a recruiter that you're loyal or that you like, and they may pay better money. So I don't take it personal when I don't hear from my recruiter like Merry Christmas and all this other mess. But I do take it personal when I don't hear from my recruiter when I reach out to them, when I want to renew, or if I just message them. Like I just, if I message you, email you, call you, it'd be nice if you return the phone call, especially when I'm not needy. When my contract ended, this particular recruiter, he was like, oh, well, let's find you a job. And I'm like, we should have did that weeks ago. And if I was like my friend, which I talked about in the other video, I would have been broke by now. You left me destitute out on the streets. I'm just over exaggerating. But, always have some money saved. That's definitely one thing. You definitely want to have money saved because it also takes money to travel. And some companies do give travel fee, like a $500 travel fee, FYI. But you always have some money because whenever you find a place to stay, they want a deposit and you have to put money down for that, just so you know. So you definitely need to have some money saved just in case the contract ends early for whatever reason. Sometimes it's no fault of your own. It's just like, oh, well, we don't need the help now. So they try to get rid of you. So anyway, just always have more than one recruiter. That's the main thing. Show no loyalty to a recruiter. I liked one recruiter I had, but not the company. But I liked the recruiter. Then I kind of wonder, it was my first travel job, if she tried to get over on me. That's another thing. Also, there is a way to look at your stipend from state to state to know how much stipend you should have. And that's one thing I always wonder about because I had a recruiter that says, oh, we're trying to give you more on your stipends and pay you less per hour. That was for my first travel job. I'm like, is this helper trying to rip me off? What you mean paying me less per hour? So if anybody knows anything about that, leave a comment because I'm definitely curious when recruiters say, oh, I'm trying to pay you more in your stipends and less per hour. And stipends is tax free, but if anyone knows anything about that, please leave a comment because I'm definitely curious when it comes to that. I should investigate that a little bit more. But that's like for like my first travel assignment, especially if they know it's your first travel assignment, they may try to bamboozle you. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out together. So like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you later.